Regular mic check.
One thing I would really like to do, which would be interesting, is go out to the like open ocean on a boat, but there would be no land, and just start going and see if at some point I end up in the same spot. You know?
Right, like when I was looking through the, I guess it was a Theodolite or whatever, all I could hear was Rakia yelling at me in my head.
Hey, Brian Leakey got done dirty by Duffy. Like, holy shit.
I saw that. He was the first to go.
It's like he didn't even give him a chance to describe anything or what he's about. He cuts him short. It's like, here's this guy who's been on multiple Globe Earth podcasts and discussion, does all these kind of tests, has a YouTube channel, is respected by flat earthers. Nah, first one to go. And then a bunch of people no one's even heard of. It's like,
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Because their shtick is they're not going to bring an actual flat earther because they think flat earthers are dishonest. So no, they're not going to. Inside their worldview, they can't.
You know what? You know what though? I feel like them getting Witsit and Jaren. It's almost like because I can see like McToon telling him, "You've got to get these two guys because they are like the most prominent amongst all of them, besides Nathan Oakley and QE or Eric Dubé. Like these guys within the community are probably the most." Whether you say I can't say respected because a lot of people don't respect Witsit, but that's just because there's a different ideology behind it all. But these two guys have been in a long time, and they're like the face of it, or becoming the face of it, or have been the face of it to a lot of people. And I think that's why they're like kind of like like you got to go for the big boss, right? You defeat the big boss, and all the people underneath them are like,
well, they know that Witsit won't say yes because he'd be worried about his wife and child back at home. I mean, he's got death threats, all kinds of stuff. If some of these globalists know Witsit's out of the town and he's like a world away, tell me, like, really? I mean, unfortunately, some of these threats were actually turned over to law enforcement.
Wait, I thought Witsit is going.
He is.
He is going?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Last I heard was like he won't go because McToon's going, and McToon's toxic retardo.
No, they both agreed on the same day, actually.
Yeah. So here's what kind of they got caught, dude. I tell you, bro, McToon and he's so deceitful, bro. Him and Duffy, like there was something in the contract in the clause that they had that Duffy would have to have disclosed like who all was going to them, and for a long time McToon was saying that he's not going, but then all of a sudden when they decided to sign, like Jaren said, like 5 minutes before they signed, like McToon called him like, "Hey, just let you know I'm going," because that was actually that would put Duffy in a breach of contract if he didn't contact him.
So they knew the whole time. They pretended like they didn't even know each other.
Yeah,
I have no idea who that guy is. Never heard of him.
And then like McToon kind of got caught. He was kind of like, well, I think if it would have been known, then you guys would have been said. They would have said no. And he was kind of right about that because they probably would have been like, nah, if McToon's going, I don't want to go. So I think that's why McToon kind of sneakily did that. Michael, that guy. But I don't know. We'll see what happens, dude.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought for sure, like Witsit and Jaren were like, "No, man, no way. What are you talking about? This is like, if we're gonna do this, we'll do it alone. We only do it with a bunch of,
So far, they're signed up.
Yeah, but then too, remember,
you're gonna see it.
Remember too, ALE, they have every right to cancel the trip on them. And I said this before too. If they get word, like there's a bunch of people that are going to go down there and do this and prove this and do research and stuff, I think they might put a halt to that because technically in the clause of like the treaty and like just what entails with that, when you do research, quote unquote, you have to pull a special permit to be able to go do that. So like you can't just be like, oh, it's my bucket list, I'm gonna go travel, I want to go to Antarctica, I'm gonna go with the tour troop, a tourist group, And like, okay, that's one thing. But once you start adding, oh, I'm going to go do research, and I'm like, it's a I think it's a thin line, and they might be like, you know what, we're not going to pull a special research for you guys, so we're just going to cancel it on you guys. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm just saying, you're technically, if you do research, quote unquote, in Antarctica, it's a special permit that you have to pay for and pull. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that, quote unquote, research down there. So, but we'll see. See what happens.
Yeah.
And also too, they ALE also in their fine print says that for whatever reason they could cancel it. Like they could just deny them. I mean, so it's not like, they say like don't count your chickens before they hatch, like, or don't count your eggs. I don't know, saying you know the saying though.
Yeah, don't count your chickens.
Yeah, before they hatch, right? Something like that. But because there's a lot of things that between from now till then, there's a lot of things that could happen of them just not being able to do it. And that's not to say also once they get down there, like, dude, what if it's just overcast for the 5 days or 3 days they're down there, and they never see the sun? It's just just completely overcast. So I don't know. We'll see. The third week of December, like by the time they get back. That's if they make it. Like I said, there's a lot of variables. Dude, I forgot how like draining making a PowerPoint is. Like mentally draining. I'm getting sleepy just it's draining making a PowerPoint. And I haven't made one in years too. Saves time. Saves time, reduces error associated with manual data entry. Assessing it. But then when we get to asking them questions,
to office, and we found out so fast how corrupt it is. And
Yep.
it's subtle, right? But they're like, oh, maybe.
Or the assassination of
but then when we get to asking them questions, they it's like it's almost like they forgot they had it or something when they first came in.
Shoot.
Always ends that way. unfortunately. What you been up to? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Getting ready to head to the beach. Hopefully, it won't rain too much. We're going on a little
Nice.
vacay. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Well deserved.
Nice.
Yeah, right. Something tells me I'll probably be on Discord even at the beach.
Where you going, bro? You going to Mars, moons? Like, where you going?
Oh, even as far as the beach is concerned? I don't know if there's any beaches at Mars, is there?
Well, they claim there's water up there, so.
Right, isn't the moon supposed to be frozen, right? That's
Frozen
a claim.
water.
Frozen
Well, if
moon.
we're talking Mars. Mars is technically Canada, and it's on an island, so there is a beach.
Right. That's a good
Hey,
point.
a couple years ago, apparently China went and picked up some moon dust, and earlier this year they figured out how to process that moon dust into water. Yeah,
Fascinating.
yeah.
Hey,
It's
they made water on Earth? Who knew?
no,
Wow.
they took the moon dust and they made water out of the moon dust. They made water out of dirt. Nice.
Can we do that even here on Earth? Can we take Earth dust and make water?
Bro, telling
No,
you,
we
man.
make metal with Earth dust.
I feel like there would be a patent if that was the case, right?
Super tech. Hey, why aren't they using that technology here? We could go out into the desert, get lost, and then just pull out our handy dandy dust water and then make some
Yeah.
water out of the dust.
It's impossible. It's like Vegas. Things that happen in the moon stays in the moon. And things that happen in Narnia stays in Narnia.
Yeah, and if you guys want to go look into it, it's literally like it did happen. I'm not just pulling this out of my ass, right? Like they really did say they did this. Maybe go read up on it, and then that way, because I'm pretty sure one day some glober is gonna be like, we know there's water on the moon. We made it from their dust. Watch, I'm pretty sure eventually these knuckleheads.
Now, was the moon created before or after Earth gained water? According to the story.
I was just talking about that the other day in Geo's server, Earth Awakenings. I was just saying, like, bro, we gotta like start bringing the origin of their ball, bro. I know we talk about ball all the time, but let's really show them how stupid they are, and then try to allow their own brain, their mind around the creation of their ball. I get as a child, and you're like, wow, that's how it made. Wow, but as an adult, when you replay that story, you're like, how the fuck did I ever believe this shit, bro? It's so stupid. Look how the moon was made. Just look into it. It's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can
know.
look and compare their story to the moon's creation to Sumerian gods' stories. Like two gods fought, and one of the gods split into two. I think is how the story goes. I'll have to find it. I don't remember it off my head, and I don't want to misquote.
Yeah, what's up, everybody?
So
How y'all doing, my brothers and sisters?
pretty good. How about you?
I'm a little bit better now. warming myself up in my house.
Nice.
Is it cold?
Yeah, that's. I really chose a shitty country to live in, considering I don't like rain or the cold. Germany, like
Come back to America, bro.
Yeah.
you know what, Campbell, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I have a place to work and everything, right, that I know I don't have to like stress out because I have no idea how the states are run now at all, right? I don't even know like where to start. Like, how do I get my this number, that number again? You know, and credit score this. I have no clue, man. So those are the things that are kind of blocking me with that. Otherwise, I'd be there already.
We'll wait till you should wait till after election. We'll see what happened. If it's good, maybe you should come here. If not, then stay there.
That is another thing. You're absolutely right. When is the election over? Is it this year or next year?
I think late this year, right?
The election November 5th. So in next month.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we know
I
who's
got
gonna
my.
win. It's part of their plans.
I know, but wait. 1 second. Are you referring to there being a new first in U.S. history again?
I mean, I don't want to make any crazy claim, but I think most likely Donald Trump gonna win, right? Maybe that's part of their claim. But for me, man, I mean,
hope so.
I would like to think that Trump is not being controlled, but I don't want to give my hopes up, to one person like I used to. You know what I mean? Like the globe, the same thing, right? Yeah, I put everything on it, right? I used to believe in politician like Obama for one reason. I know this is a little off topic, but I'm sorry. Just want to make my point, But come to find out, I used to like Bush too, so I was retarded.
My mom and dad were also Obama fans, right? And then they realized, well, I guess we ain't fans anymore, right? I don't know. I truly, I'm like you in the same bucket, basically. I don't want to get my hopes too high up, but from the research that I have done and like seeing what he has done and hasn't done, I don't think he is controlled opposition. I think it's more of he's playing a game of 3D chess in a game of 1D checkers with
Have you
them.
ever watched that documentary called the Fall of the Cabal? It's in Big Shot, I think. So
Okay.
when I watched that documentary, I was thinking that Trump is in the good side, so he is against the Clintons and those other controlling families. But during that event of when he got shot, I just stopped and I backed off, and I will rewatch everything from the start, because that event was just something complaining. I don't think it was just a coincidence, and he didn't know that there will be a shooter and he will be shot. And I don't think even that injury in his ear was from the shot.
When it comes to that is, I don't know, man. It looks so staged that it almost looks like it's not staged, if you know what I mean.
For me, it's so staged. I don't think it's not. It can't be something not staged, just coincidence. A shooter, and the guy just get a bullet in his ear.
Yep. All I'm saying is, I watched a lot of different events happening, right? And I went down all the different rabbit holes. And this scenario itself, it's very unique amongst all other events that have happened, right? even Gabriel Princip, or the assassination of help me, my God, Kennedy, right? Even those things, they were more believable. This is just absurdity. It is so in front of you that it's almost like, is this true? You know what I mean? Like that's what you. One thing my dad taught me, and when I was a very small child, and he was a huge history buff as well as like world events. But whenever I would see him watching world events, he'd be watching it from 6 different television shows. Firstly, from Al Jazeera, from CNN, BBC, right? All different ones. And then, like, I would ask him once, "Why do you do that?" So I
They
have
are
the full story,
they are making
right?
a character. They are making up a worldwide celebrity character that will be a ruler at a certain moment. So they are creating that character among everyone in every part of the world. So everyone will know about that guy.
Yep.
They are like a hero, someone who defied the death, something like that.
Very
The one
true.
who is working for free, he is honest. He's trying to make the country or the world good. So yeah,
Uh,
he's not like the others. They made wars when they were at that post. So like Obama, he created wars from the inside countries, like those countries, Arab countries, Egypt, Tunis, Iraq. No, not Iraq. It was Bush. Not many countries have had revolution and war among their own people, and it was just something created, I think, by Obama, because coincidence, all those things happened during the moment where Obama was president. So those guys have their hands in those wars, and especially Trump is not like them.
So first, let me ask something for the whole room, like all the Americans that are living currently in America and following with the politics. Because I don't watch news, media, or any of that stuff, and haven't for a long time. Is the mainstream media pushing that it was a assassination attempt?